Hey everyone, welcome back to Noble Farms. I'm Jerry. It's a great evening. We're back in the house again tonight, mixing up a batch of Plantain Salve. The famous Plantain Salve that everyone talks about, everyone is using. This stuff is a miracle salve. We put them into cans like this, but it's actually just a little cream type salve. I have the ingredients here that we use. In the bag here is dehydrated plantain plant that we harvest around the farm. And dehydrate it. We store it and use it for salves throughout the winter. Whenever we get an order, we make new batch. So we only make small batches, excuse me, and we make it in those little tiny slow cookers. The reason for that is it takes 24 hours in this thing, well, one complete day. We wanted to infuse it at a slow pace. You can do it on the stove as well. We have done it in the past on the stove in like an hour or two like that, but it's we find it's better and you get more out of it in the slow cooker. Seems that it infuses way better. So tonight, like I said, we have an order in, so we're going to make up some. So what we got is the plantain in the bag here and aloe vera plant. We just got some here. We grow our own aloe vera plants here in the house, and this is actually the one I just cut the leaf off right here. So that's the aloe vera plant that we just cut it off in here. We also have avocado oil, organic avocado oil. That'll be going into, that'll be the oil we'll be using for the plantain. And once that's all done, which after be tomorrow, we actually will be making the actual salve. Then we had the beeswax, the organic beeswax. We'll add that in there at a texture of just a little bit. Then we'll test it. We'll actually lay some on a plate, put it in there. But you'll see that in the next video tomorrow. And it gives it that creamy texture. This stuff is, like I said before, this is like a miracle. Great on stings, bites, sunburns, scratches, anything like that. Any skin irritation, I'm like, I can't get over it. It's crazy. This stuff is amazing. All of our life we've been walking over this plant, but never again. This is a lifesaver around the farm. Lots of stings from bees and stuff in the middle of the summer when we're haying. Kids coming all the time getting stings and bites and fly bites when they get hitchy. That's your go-to right there. We always have that in our pocket all the time when we're out around or traveling. It's a lifesaver, to say the least. So we're going to mix up a little batch here. We'll get it started into the slow cooker and go from there.
You're watching the Noble Farms YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Plantain Salve. It's been 24 hours just about now since we put this into the slow cooker. So right now we're going to turn this off and we're going to start the straining process of straining all that dehydrated plantain that we put into it. We're going to strain that off and just get the nice clean plantain salve going here. So follow along, we'll get this strained off. Turn this thing off. And we're just going to ladle this out. As you can see, all the goodness in the plant is Nice and dark, so it's been sitting quite a while. So all the good stuff out of this is already done. So what we're going to get here is going to be beautiful. Just pouring it in nice and slow. Where it is quite warm, that it runs through the cheesecloth quite easily. So. And you'll see the nice color that is in this once we show you after the straining process is complete. Down to squeeze out as much as I can. This is nice and hot, so I'll watch we don't burn ourselves with that oil. So that's how we strain it off. We're just going to let this sit for a while. You can see it running out. You can see that nice greenish tint to it. Going to be nice stuff. So we'll let this sit for a while and do its thing and strain, and we'll be right back after that and get this all done a second, maybe a third time too as well. We have this all strained off now, and we're going to separate it into two lots. We're going to make some lip balm too as well. So we're separating it in two lots because we're going to be adding some coconut oil into that lip balm to give it a little coconut flavor. So we'll be adding that here in a second, but we're separating in those two dippers here. I just want you to see the color of this when you pour it out into the dipper. See that nice golden color? Very nice. So that's the one we'll be making the salve from. This still is a little warm, so it runs pretty good. Lay that back there. We'll turn this on. Turn that down as low as it can go. And we're going to turn this one on too as well. Again, put it down very, very low. Just a simmer. This one another bit. Because this one here is the one that I want to add the coconut in for the lip balm. So just going to add the coconut. It's a nice coconut flavor. And we'll let that melt nice and slow. It's melting pretty good, actually. You want to see the coconut in there. Slowly melting away. we'll just let that sit there and let this one heat up a little bit, because this is the one we're going to be adding some beeswax in that too as well. And we'll get that melted down. So we'll be right back when we get the beeswax and that all measured out and stuff here for this. So we'll be right back in a few minutes and show you the next step. Okay, we're back again. We forgot to go get the beeswax, so that's why we cut it out there, but we're back with the beeswax to go into this. The salve. We're going to do the salve first. We're just going to let the lip balm one sit back here, cool down a little bit. We're still going to add some wax into there, but let it cool down a little bit more. We're going to add the beeswax now to the salve here. We never measured it out. We usually just go by texture in once we get it hardened up into the fridge here. So I'm just going to put some in. Let it melt. It's just beeswax pellets, so organic pellets we buy offline. And just keep stirring this and keeping them moving, let them melt around. It'll take a little time, but it'll work. And this salve too is very, very good. We get a lot of feedback from this salve. People using it on their skin and stuff like that. Stings. We first found out about it when we had a year here on the farm that a lot of the wasps and stuff had nests in the ground, and we were actually clearing some land at the same time, and boy did we ever get stung a few times. So, and we heard about it and read about it, and we just tried it and couldn't believe it. A matter of minutes, the stinging, the pain, the soreness was gone. So from that day on, then we start picking that plantain around the farm and turn it into salves and start reading a little bit more into depth about it. And it's actually good for a lot of things. So sore muscles, everything. And we go through quite a bit of this just ourselves, but we make a lot for people too as well. So as you can see, the wax is almost gone here now. You don't want to add too much, because if it gets too hard, then it's not going to be easy to get out of the containers on your finger and stuff like that to apply to the parts that you want to put it on, like your stings and stuff. So you want to just take a little bit at a time and keep checking it. We'll pour a little bit into a plate here and put it into the fridge. Let it sit for a couple minutes or a minute or so and let it get cooled down. Once it cools down, you'll get that texture, and then you can just feel it. And once you hit that texture of like a salve, then that's it. We're done. Then we'll put that into the jars. And that'll all harden up into the jars, and then your product is ready to go and be used right away. You're just about there. I still think we gotta add some more, but we're just gonna do a little test anyway to show you exactly where it's to right now. A very nice color to this one, so see it in the spoon. But still, there's little tiny pieces of the wax pellets just floating around there. It's taking a little bit to melt it, but I like to do it nice and slow. You don't want to overheat it too much. Okay, we're just going to try a little bit. And all we do, just normal little plate, and we'll take some out, pour it on the plate. Now you can really see the color of this. So we're going to take this, let it sit in the fridge here for a little bit, where it hit the cold plate, starting to hard up a little bit. So we'll just give that a minute or two. So meanwhile, I'll put this back on the heat a little bit, and then we'll switch over and add a little bit to this. Now we don't want to add too much wax into this one, because this one is a little bit, you want to get this one a little bit easier to smear on your lips, because this is going to be the lip balm one. So just going to start with that, and let that melt. Let's see where we are with texture wise. And this one's melting up a little bit better, faster. This one's a little bit warmer than the other one. If you really wanted to, you didn't have to use the organic beeswax at all. You could have just used enough of the coconut oil, which would make it firm up if you wanted a lot of coconut oil in it. I like to get as much of the plantain in it as possible, because that's the goodness of the lip balm. So, and we go through a lot of lip balm too as well. Okay, that's there. So I'm just going to step out here for a second, grab a plate so we can test the lip balm. Okay, I'm going to slide this one in. This one, I think, needs another little bit, maybe. Set it back. It's still actually a little bit warm, so I'll set it back in here and let it cool off another little bit. Checking that salve. Oh yeah, it's a good texture. So yeah, we'll go with that. While we're reaching into the fridge, we'll take a look at that, the one for the lip balm. One for the lip balm. Oh yeah, that's good too. Just nice. You don't want it too soft because it'll be melting in your pocket. So this one here, nice. That'll rub on good. So we're going to go with that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scrape the rest of this back into appropriate dipper here with the right stuff. Don't want to waste it, so put that back in there. Let it melt. Both of these are pretty much the same. So only difference, like we said before, it's a little bit of coconut oil in this. And even for the salve, if it was coconut oil in it, would still be a good product too as well. Get that last little bit off the plates. And get that melted up. So we'll end up, we're going to end up doing the salve first because we do have all the jars over here. Same type jars basically we use for the cream, tallow cream, only smaller jars. These are the 2-ounce jars. So it's Plantain Salve, has the ingredients in it right there. So we'll open up a bunch of these. I'll grab a cloth and wipe off my hands so that you don't get it over the labels. We'll transfer that into these containers with a nice pour spout, so pours good into the jars. Go. That back. And we'll open up some jars. This kind of stuff we like doing in the winter time. It's cold outside, is a good excuse to be in the house. We'll pour out this many. This out of the way so I don't end up tipping anything over. We'll just go nice and slow. one. Smells really good too as well. I'll get a few out of it. Said before, these are 2-ounce jars. Oop. Spill none. I'll do the ones with the labels first. Not sure if we're going to get one more or not. Yeah, perfect. Right amount. There you go. So there it is, Plantain Salve. We're just going to let that sit here and let it cool down before we put the stoppers and that on it, caps. So we have 11. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. So we'll let that sit there, and we'll pour out for the lip balm, and we'll get ready for the lip balm. Now we do have more here than what we're going to be using for the lip balm. We're just going to put this back into a mason jar later and make some more at a later date. Push these back out of the way here. So here's the lip balm dispenser that we picked up from Amazon, like most everything people buy from Amazon. So they just go snap right into place. Got most of them put in there. You don't want to sit back and watch me put 50 of these in. So it holds 50. So I'll snap a few in there just so you get to see exactly how you do it. The caps are obviously off, and we make sure that they're backed out all the way so they fill right up. So it's just putting them into place like that. Just a plug and play process. You can go pretty quick with it if you're in a rush, but they snap in there pretty good. So we're going to come over here to this side, give ourselves a little bit of room. Comes with a nice little scraper too as well for leveling it off and to cleaning it off after it all gets set. So all we're doing is just basically pouring it in nice and slow. Hopefully I don't spill it all over the place. It does have a lip there to catch it, but if you do get too excited with it and start pouring it out a bit fast, it'll well run over the lip. So another thing too that happened to us is make sure you do have it on a half decent level surface, because it wants to go to one end obviously if it's not level. But And just keep going until we fill them all in. Sure, it's not going to overflow here. And you could fill them individually if you want to, but that's just time consuming. But in this here, you make sure we get every one of them. Make sure they're all consistent. And after, you're just going to scrape them off the top and clean it right off with this knife after. And that'll level them right off. And then excess stuff you take off, you can add it to your next batch, so you don't end up wasting it. There you go, it's full. Now this one, it's going to take a little while for this to harden up, so we won't keep you around for that. We'll give you a little tour of the end product after, when it's done. We'll head into this video and show you what it's like after it's done. So as I said, we do have a little bit left over, so we'll get that and put into just a mason jar. We'll end up making another batch here in the next day. So that's all to that. Now it's a waiting game to let that set up. Same with the Plantain Salve. Letting that set up, let it go hard before we put the lids on. So, and that's all to it. To just screw the lids back on. So we did pour one out here that I wanted to get just to see if it's setting up a little bit here. See if it did set up a little bit for you. And you can see the difference. Here it is. You can see in the center, this takes the longest to set. So that's where it's dark, because it's still the same color as in the liquid state. So once it firms and cools down, it'll be at the same color as you see on the sides. So yeah, that's pretty much all to it. Like I said before, it's amazing product. We move quite a bit of it. So we're back again with the lip balm here. That's already cooled down. So now we're going to scrape the excess off, and I'm just going to put it back into a dipper here, and we're going to make another batch later. So we're going to clean this off the best we can. Try to get so much off there. Pretty simple to do, just scraping them down. You seem to want to divot down a little bit on the every now and again. Which doesn't make much difference. There. All we're doing is just smoothing that completely off. So when we pop out those lip balm, that'll be as clean as we can. Tries not to waste too much of it. There it is, cleaned off. And it's just popping them out. Very simple. Like that. I'll grab some lids. So we'll just put the lids on. That. Then we peel off the labels again. We have the labels already made. On. And we also put another label on too as well for the ingredients that's in it. So there you have it. There's the lip balm, ready to go. Coconut plantain lip balm. And that's how we do them. And also, salve is ready to be capped, so you can see the nice color on there. So we'll just install our caps on. That's pretty much it with that. So yeah, that's what we do, make up this stuff, and it ties up, it keeps us out of the cold in the winter time, and gives us some great products, and a lot of people enjoy it. A lot of people see a lot of benefits in it. We use it around the farm, like I said before, lots and lots and lots. So yeah, if you like the videos and that, stay tuned. We got a lot more videos coming. So if you're looking to purchase some of this stuff or whatever down the road, or you know somebody, you know, just drop us an email down below. You'll see our email. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.